Now let's talk about setting goals. This is absolutely critical for you. If you want to grow your business, or if you're starting a new business and you want to make it successful, you have to know where you're going. You have to know where you want to go, where you want to get to, the results that you want to achieve. It's very, very important. If you don't set specific goals, there's no way to get there. When I've worked with clients over the years, the worst answer someone could give me when I say, well, how much money do you hope to make from your business? Is when they say, well, as much as possible. As much as possible doesn't exist. Even $50 million per year is a specific enough number that can be reverse engineered, and there's a plan for $50 million a year. But as much as possible, that doesn't mean anything. So you need to be specific in your goals. So what do you hope to achieve? I want you to write down what you hope to accomplish from the strategies that you'll learn in this course. And of course, not just learn the strategies, but put them into practice and take action and get results. So what do you hope to accomplish? You made an investment in this course. You signed up for this. You want to learn some new information. You want to learn some new tactics, tricks, strategies, things that you can do in your business to make your business grow. So what traffic numbers do you hope to achieve off what you'll get out of this course and the results that you hope to get? What are the specific traffic numbers? What do you want to get up to, let's say, per month in just raw traffic numbers for your business, for your website? What customer numbers? If you currently service about 50 new customers a month, what do you want to get to? Do you want to get to 100, 500? What do you think you can get to in the next 12 months? I really need you to do this exercise and write these things down now in the beginning of this course. It's so critical. And as we move forward and learn these other things, and as we start putting them into practice, it matters what you set your goals to. It matters the numbers that you specify. It matters just where you hope to get, because that's going to drive your outcome. In order to create a new reality, you have to face your current reality. Where am I at today? Do I have no business? Is my business making, no sales? Does it have no traffic? Or am I doing $100,000 a month and I want to double or triple that? It doesn't matter what the answers are, but the answers are important, because in order to go from here to there, we have to know what those figures are. So what revenue numbers do you hope to get to? What income numbers? What do you hope to take out of your business eventually and make from your business? What do you want your income to be? That's important. What lifestyle changes could you possibly have in your life if you met some of these new goals? Would you work less? Would you travel more? Would you, then go and write a novel for the first time, or go make movies? Or what would you do? So what are your goals in growing your business and in improving things? What are the reasons behind it? It's very important. Write those things down. What business changes could you experience if you get some growth, if you get more traffic, more customers, more profit, more income? How would your business change? Would you then hire more people to do the work that you currently don't like to do or don't even want to do? Would you have your whole business run on autopilot, where everyone's doing all the work for you? How would your business change? How would you want it to change if it could be more successful? What would that look like? Write it down. What obstacles do you think you're going to face in order to get to where you want to go? Write these things down. These are very important. These aren't goals, but these are kind of constraints or things that might be in the way from you reaching your goals. What is that? Do you not have a budget to invest a lot in advertising right now? Or do you just not have confidence in yourself? Do you procrastinate a lot? Do you not get a lot done? Are you one of these people that constantly buys new courses or new products, but never actually puts them into action, never does anything? What obstacles are you facing? Do you have do you have a newborn at home or a bunch of kids at home and they keep you from being able to be productive? What are your obstacles? Write all that stuff down. It's important. And of course, last but not least, what are your fears? What are you afraid of? Because a lot of these mental blocks, a lot of these things that are keeping you from reaching new heights in your business and getting new results, it's all self-inflicted. It's all in your mind. It's not real. And a lot of it is driven by fear. And so if you can face those things and even write them down, they become a lot less scary and usually will hold you back a lot less if you can really identify them. So what are your fears? Are you afraid of failing, at your marketing and at your business? Are you afraid to be embarrassed by your peers or your in-laws or your other friends maybe that are more successful than you are right now, that you're kind of trying to get on their level? Or do people look to you and have always looked to you as the most successful one they know in the family, and maybe your business has kind of struggled a little bit recently with changes in the market or changes in competition, and now you're afraid to disappoint people and not be that successful example? Whatever it is, whatever your fears are, I really want you to write those down. I want you to get specific about your goals, get specific about where you want to go from here to there, within 6 months or within a year. It's okay to have short-term goals, long-term goals, ultimate goals. If you got to a certain number, let's say it got to a certain amount of income that your business was producing, and if you could sustain that level, let's say indefinitely, well, maybe you'd quit and kind of semi-retire. If the business would run itself and it would make, $250,000 a year in ongoing income, or maybe that number is only 80 grand a year, or maybe that number needs to be $1 million a year, whatever it is, maybe that would allow you to kind of retire and just start fishing all day or playing golf or just traveling and not really working anymore. Well, you need to think about what you want in your life. How do you want your life to be better based on the growth in your business? Because you can't just be doing business for the sake of business. There has to be a reason behind what you're doing and what you hope to achieve. And you enrolled in this course to make your life better in some way. Obviously it's money related, so it's to make more money, but what would that more money do for you? And I really want you to take some time, write all these things down about where you want to go, what you want to get to, what goals you hope to achieve, how you hope your life to change. Because unless you can really face the specifics about what you want, you'll never get it. You just won't, because you can't create a plan to get there unless you know where you're going. So do this exercise, write down some of the answers to these little questions here I've asked, and get as specific as possible. And you can put different time frames, where you hope to be in the next 90 days, where you hope to be in 6 months, a year, 5 years, whatever, 10 years or more, whatever time frame you want to use. I actually encourage people not to use really broad and long distance time frames. Like 5 years and beyond is almost too much. We can't predict what's going to happen in 5 years from now. Something major could happen with the internet where it's completely different. I mean, things change quickly in society. But in the next 2 years or 3 years, that's a good time frame for you to work on goals and where you hope to be with your business at that time. And I think anything beyond that, it makes it harder to achieve the goals because it's such a long time period. There's kind of no pressure on you to actually achieve progress. So anyways, do the exercise. It's very, very important. And keep a log of all these answers and things that you're writing down and all these goals. And it'll be very important for you to not only throughout this class, but even a few months from now to revisit those goals and see how you're doing. Now let's talk real quick about the core theory behind this entire methodology course and the techniques and the strategy and how everything kind of ties together and what elements are driving it all. What elements are important, which factors are going to get us the best results, more traffic for our business at lower cost, the things that will really grow our business. So let's talk about our core theory so you kind of understand some things that are at play here, kind of behind the scenes and the reason behind doing a lot of the things that we're going to do in this course. So let's talk about the critical elements that make up the factors that are going to drive things behind the scenes towards what we do and what we're going to take action to do. So the first one is relevance. Now, all the big sites now, relevance matters. Is the content relevant? Is the experience relevant to the user? Is it relevant? When someone clicks on something and goes to a destination page, is it consistent with what they were hoping to find? Is the content related to another site that linked to it? Is it related to a social media campaign that drove traffic to it? All these sites, Google, Facebook, and all these networks, they're all tracking relevance, bounce rates, whether people leave sites really fast or not. And all of it matters for how much you'll pay per click for advertising, how much your ads will even be shown. Because if you have low relevance scores and low relevant data and high bounce rates, you're going to get ignored and really overlooked in some of these networks and some of these platforms. And so it really works against you. So relevance matters with everything, even SEO. It just matters with everything. That's just how they're using it as a major factor to determine what's good and what isn't online when it comes to content and it comes to the quality of marketing and pages and everything else. The second thing is engagement. They're now looking at how long a visitor engages with a website. Not only just the bounce rate and how long, how fast they get out of there, but how many pages they look at, the average time on a site, how they interact with a Facebook fan page. Are they, is it a high percentage of shares and links, likes, and that type of stuff? They're looking at all these things to how people engage with high quality content. Because the more engagement there is at a higher percentage rate and just more activity, those are kind of votes, so to speak, for the fact that it's high quality, and that's what the audience wants. Because once Facebook or Google or any of these other sites stop serving content that the users want, it damages their business. It hurts the ads they can show, hurts the ad results, it hurts everything. So these two factors, I want you to keep them in mind. Relevance and engagement are now very, very important to digital marketing. It's driving everything. And if you don't pay attention to this stuff, and if you don't start building your marketing and your content and your business around these things, you're going to be left behind. Your competitors are going to dominate you for how low they can get traffic for, as well as how much traffic they can get and how much business they can do. So these things are all critical. Traffic cost, of course, is critical, and we're going to work that into all this. How much you're paying per visitor, it matters, of course, because that has everything to do with your profit. Traffic value, this is the money that you turn traffic into. How does your business monetize it? What is the lifetime value of a customer, of a visitor that comes to your site? If you're just in the business of selling leads, how much you sell each lead for? How many visitors does it take to get a lead? Someone to fill out a form for more information. Whatever your business model is, the value of the traffic is the calculation of all the money essentially your business makes divided into the total number of visitors that you got to your site in the first place. And that figure, comes out with the value. And that's what we're going to work on as well, is how to increase that value. Traffic supply matters. We're going to talk about this throughout the course. It's one thing to find a place that can be a good source of traffic for our business, for leads and customers. But if there's not a lot of supply, we got to be very careful not to put too much time and effort into going after it, because our time and our resources could be better spent elsewhere. So supply matters. Of course, you need an email list in today's day and age. If you don't have an email list for your business, you need to get one. It doesn't matter what types of products and services you sell. A lot of e-commerce companies that used to sell, whether it's supplements or dog sweaters or just any kind of products, those online stores used to not have an email list because they used to just drive so much traffic they could sell those products. Well, those days are over. This is yet another thing that has evolved with digital marketing in the last several years. And if you don't have an email list now, you are way behind the curve and you're at a disadvantage. Every market has content related to it. Again, even dog sweaters, you could create content and write content around dog training, dog health, whatever. So every single market, I get a lot of excuses from clients sometimes where they're like, oh, my market, we don't have content related to it. Of course you do. Every benefit, every solution, every problem in a market, every need, every desire, every want, all that can revolve around content. All that can revolve around videos or white papers or special reports or infographics, any type of content. We're going to get to all those things when we get to content marketing. But every business has content related to its market. And content is everything online when it comes to marketing. So you need an email list. And the way you build the list is you give away some good content related to your market to get people on a list, to get permission to be able to email them. And we're going to talk more about that when we get to email marketing tactics of how to use it. But it's critical that you have an email list because that's going to drive our activity, which we're going to get to when we recycle people, sending them to certain posts we do on Facebook and asking them to interact, even running contests and things to boost engagement, sending them to go like and share things, sending them to go, look at a photo that we posted and getting them to tag it, all kinds of things. So that's all going to work together. And the way we drive through the way we drive people through a distribution channel is having a distribution channel. So the email list is very, very important. Of course, response. Everything is going to be about response. Every stage, every phase of what we do. How many people click on an ad, how many people respond on a landing page, how many people opt into a form that we have, how many people watch a video, how many people come back, how many people buy. That's all response. And every area that we can track response, we can improve response. And in every little element that we can improve, we make more money. So response is very, very important. So finally, just to break things down in simple terms, there are 3 ways to grow your business and how hopefully we're going to grow your business in this course. And I actually made a handout that you can keep and I want you to print out or do something with it, keep it near your desk. Always keep this in mind because everything kind of comes down to these 3 core things to grow your business. The first one is we can simply increase your traffic volume, and that's what you hope to get out of this course anyways. We can send more traffic to your site so you can get more leads and customers to grow your business and grow your revenue. We can lower your cost per visitor. This is very important because the lower your traffic costs go on average, the more profit you'll make per visitor. And of course, the more money you end up making in your business. And then finally, we can raise the value per visitor of what someone is worth that gets to your site. Now, there's a number of ways that you can do this, and we're going to talk about it, whether it's offering more products so the average person buys more things from you, or how we can increase an initial purchase with upsells and downsells and other things. Now, this course is mainly about traffic, but we will cross over a bit into some conversion things because it all kinds of ties together. And so we'll talk about that. But these are pretty much the 3 core ways with digital marketing that you're going to grow your business. It's not rocket science. We get you more traffic, we lower the cost on average you pay per visitor, and then of course we raise the value per visitor. Now, and speaking real quick on the second one, lower your cost per visitor, so many people want, I want the free organic traffic from Google rankings and everything else. Well, as I've talked about in the past, in other videos, when I've shared with people, there's really no such thing as free traffic. Everything has a cost associated with it. Even that organic traffic, someone has to put in the keyword research time, someone has to create the content, someone has to publish the content. So there are a lot of moving parts to content marketing. Of course, we're going to cover all that in this course, but you should know that everything has a cost. And so every piece of traffic we get to your site, it could be fractions of a penny, but there's still a cost behind it and how we're going to reinvest in the business to scale everything. But these are the 3 core ways to grow your business. I want you to always keep them in mind because it's just the most important elements of this whole process.